Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Triple Play podcast. This is going to be the uh, quarterback five-step drop to the post podcast we're through with. So I'm just not sure. I guess Nick's the quarterback since he's got the Burrow jersey
Yes,
on.
sir.
Listen, I'm telling you what, I won't be running any 4.4s anytime soon. So Nick, give me a seven-step drop. Just give me a little bit of time to get down the field. I might be 10 yards down the field by the time you drop back 7 yards.
7 yards.
Anyway, yeah, I might be 10 yards by the time you can backpedal seven.
Good Lord.
But anyway, looking forward to football this week. Got another
Yeah.
football video coming for you today, Nick. I'll let you tell them what we're talking about.
We did the AFC standing and record predictions yesterday. We're going to switch over to the NFC today and talk about those. And we do also pull for a team in the NFC. Where I guess I'm the only one that really pulls for a team in the AFC. But
Yeah.
you know.
I think everybody has like those teams that they're like, I wouldn't mind to see this team do good.
Oh yeah, for
Everybody
sure.
has their
Everybody has Cinderella story team.
yeah, everybody has their underdogs, everybody has their big dogs.
Sure.
Pretty much every division like that. And then everybody has those teams that they really just hope never wins a game. So anyway, Nick, I'll let you tell them what division we're talking about first.
All right, we're going to start off with the NFC East.
And I think this one could be tighter than it is. It's definitely going to be tighter than it has been in years past, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fourth place, I have the Giants.
I have the Giants as well at 3-14.
Okay, that's pretty low.
Yeah, I'm pretty low on the Giants.
I really think it's going to be a Saquon resurgence this year. So I had him at 5. I had him at 5-12. That's with a Saquon resurgence.
Yeah, Saquon being what he was last year or something, they probably are 3-14.
Oh, for sure. If Saquon can't do it, Daniel Jones isn't going to do it.
No way.
I heard there was a crap. There's a football show. A guy that's really well known in the ESPN and like community and everything too. He did a little Daniel Jones take. He said he played for Duke. And he just kept saying that over and over again.
He played.
He just kept saying he played for Duke.
That's sad.
They drafted him that high, and he played for Duke.
Dude. Oh my goodness.
So it's just not good. I don't see how they haven't given maybe another rookie an opportunity at some point. I don't know they're doing. But anyway, I didn't have the Redskins much better though.
No,
I had the Redskins.
I had them at 4-13. I'm not real high on them.
Dude, I'm just not big on them. I had them at 6-11 because I do think their defense is competent enough to keep them some low scoring ball. Yeah. Like teams that are not good will have trouble against their defense.
Yeah, I mean, 6-11 isn't a stretch. Sure.
Yeah, no. Obviously, gunslinging teams are going to throw it all over them, but teams that really need to run the ball, like the Giants, are going to struggle against the Redskins because that front seven's good. Now here is where it could get a little dicey. It could get a little dicey. Who did you have at the 2?
I actually had a tie.
I had a tie. I had
them at 10-7.
Okay,
I had both the Eagles and the Cowboys at 10-7.
I had them both at 11-6.
Hey, that's pretty close.
Yeah, and I could see it. I didn't realize just how close I thought it was until I was going through the schedules. But I mean, the Eagles they upgraded their weapons. They really went in on their offense. Jalen Hurts could take a step up. They've done all the right things to try to make a jump. But now, just as in baseball, a lot of times we've seen the Mets and the Phillies do the right things to try to make a jump, and then the Braves still win the division.
I'll agree on the Mets, but the Phillies, they typically don't. Other than the Bryce Harper signing and the Zach Wheeler signing, I don't think that they've really made a great decision.
Yeah. Now, the Cowboys obviously have had their stranglehold over the division. They've got the same pieces, more or less. I mean, their defense is now the Cowboys.
I think they were 10-7 last year, weren't they?
It was 10-7 or 11-6. It was around in that area.
Yeah, so
but they dominated the division too, though. They won 6 games against the division.
Well, I think they might win 5. I think maybe the Cowboys and Eagles split, and I think the Cowboys and Eagles probably sweep both the Commanders and the Giants. They probably both sweep them.
The problem with the Cowboys is they'll play close games against the best teams, usually lose by less than a touchdown,
Yeah.
and then every once in a while they'll lose a game to somebody they have no business losing to. Like last year it was the Jaguars. I was like,
Oh
bro, what are we
no.
doing?
I bet your dad
But
was
the
thrilled with
Cowboys,
that.
yeah, the defense is better than it's been in a long time for the
Yeah.
Cowboys. Now, I'm not, humongous on Trayvon Diggs or anything because he
Mm.
allows more passing yards than anybody. He just so happens to catch a couple of tip passes every now and then. But the offense is still what it needs to be. They've still got a good offensive line. I know they lost Tyrone Smith, so expect fantasy options to take a little bit of a dip just
Yeah.
because of that. I mean, you lose the best, arguably the best left tackle in football, or maybe the number two guy, but I mean, still, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like to see it. I'm gonna go ahead and say I still think the Cowboys have it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I have them both at 10-7. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was 11-6 or even 12-5, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, might sneak a couple of upsets. You never know.
Now this next division here, I'm actually really
Hmm.
looking forward to this division because I know how big you are on one of the teams, and I'm not as big, but they have an okay record for me. So that's the NFC North, right? And
I'm not
who do you
really
have
like
at?
big on any team.
Okay, well, good. Okay, I think we're on the same page then. Who do you have at fourth?
The Bears,
Okay, I have the Bears at fourth. How bad?
3-14.
Okay, I have them at 4-13.
Okay.
So all off season we've talked about offensive line issues. Whenever a actual front four for a good team comes against them, which we know the Vikings usually have a pretty good, like the Vikings usually have at least a pretty good front four.
Yeah.
The Packers don't have a slouch defense by any means, and the Lions have really made improvements. So I worry about Justin Fields. He's a rookie quarterback dealing with
Yeah.
pressure. Last year we seen, well, not a rookie quarterback technically. I would
Yeah.
say rookie quarterback because this is going to be his season. This is his time.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow went into year two last year with a bad offensive line and went to the Super Bowl though. So I you never know. You never know. You really don't. I like a couple of the weapons, but not much.
Yeah.
The Bears just have the Bears have a lot of growing to do. I don't think it'll be a bad looking 4-13, but you can only look so good at 4-13.
Yeah.
um, so I think we probably agree on who the third place team is as well.
The Lions.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
What
got
did
them at
you
4-13.
Okay, so you've got the Lions pretty down. Listen, I'm kind of drinking the Kool-Aid here lately on this Dan Smith thing. I don't have them a winning record or anything foolish like that, but I've got them at 7-10. I think that is the ceiling, though. I think that's the ceiling for sure. Like, dude, this is preseason. We're supposed to be bold taking the crap out of this. If you want the
No
regular takes, go watch
way.
ESPN. Listen, all right, go watch ESPN if you want the regular takes. You pull up the Triple Play podcast if you want the heat. Okay, listen, I'm here giving the people what they want. Okay, the
No
people
one wants
want
someone to say that the
the
Lions are going
people
to win
want
7 football games.
The people want Dan Campbell to look good as the coach of the Lions. They put him on Hard Knocks this year. They gave him all the screen time, and so obviously that bumps him up just a little bit in my mind, just because now we've seen the behind the scenes. You get the feel good stories. You get the speeches. I'm all about the Lions this year. 7-10. Hyping them up.
No,
Hyping them up. Listen, we're gonna look
go
back on
for it.
some of it. I'm bound to hit on some of this. I'm bound to hit on some of this.
I don't think so.
So I've had 3 hot takes right now. We'll keep track of that because I'm about to have a couple more.
All right. Who'd you have in second?
Okay, second place I had your first place team, which is the Packers.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Where'd
just
you have the
because
record at?
I had them at 10-7.
Okay, I had them at 11-6. I guess I'm just
Okay.
lower on the Vikings than you
Okay.
are.
Yeah. And I think with the Vikings, if you're low on the Vikings, it's because of Kirk Cousins. If you're high on the Vikings, it's because of the weapons they have. For sure. I think
I think
just
if the Vikings had like just a slightly above average quarterback, like I would be higher on them. Like I'd probably have them at like 12-5 maybe. Because they do have some great weapons, but
and that's actually what I have them at is 12-5. I just think the situation that they were in a situation where they had a head coach that was more defensive minded. He was run the ball minded. So he really, didn't have Kirk Cousins doing a lot. Now they've got a guy who is more offensive minded. I think Kirk Cousins is going to be let loose a little bit, and you're going to be able to tell within the first 4 or 5 games how that's going to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's definitely a chance for, week 1, we've got Packers Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that game tells the tape a lot in that
Maybe,
division.
yeah. Could.
And I mean, anything could happen down the line. People could get hurt and everything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if the Vikings come out and spank, or the Packers come out and spank, then everybody's gonna be like, oh well, guess it wasn't that close.
Right.
But no, I think it could be a good division. Like I said, I've only got them 2 games separated. I could see them both being 1 game separated by the time it's over. So both of those teams have never really had trouble with the other 2 teams in the division. So just kind of how they do head to head, and a couple of those tougher games.
Right.
So I think it's time for the NFC South. So, which I'm looking forward to. We probably got the same 4th place team. I'll tell you that.
The Falcons.
The Falcons. How bad you got them?
I've got them at 5-12.
I've got them at 3-14. So the Falcons is a team that I've got really, really low. I just don't, dude. There is no person on the Falcons that I'm just like, man, that guy. Like if anybody,
really?
it's like they're rookies. Well, you got a good point, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I've seen, you see a lot of good tight ends on teams that can't get it done. So I mean, like that's like last year, or last year you got a situation where Lamar Jackson gets hurt a little bit for the Ravens, and then Mark Andrews, what are you gonna get out of Mark Andrews then? But Marcus Mariota is not the guy. Like he's a hold me over piece for sure.
Yeah, right.
Desmond Ritter might come in at some point. Honestly, like they may take a chance. Like they get late into the season, 2-8 or something. Maybe they go into their bye week. I don't know when their bye week is, but maybe they go into their bye week and their record's just pitiful. Then they make the change. I've always wanted to see Marcus Mariota do good. I'm a fan of Oregon projects and stuff. So, but I just don't think it's it. Cordarrelle Patterson, I don't mess with much at running back. Like fantasy option, sure, catches the ball out of the backfield a lot, but he's nowhere close to the other running backs you got in this league.
Yeah.
Or in this division, more or less.
Right.
3rd place, I know who you have, so go ahead and say it.
The Panthers. 6-11.
Got the Saints.
How do you have the
got
Saints
them at 6-11?
The Panthers, dude?
I've got the Saints because they got Jameis Winston as their quarterback, Nick. And as much as I like old famous Jameis, he just ain't gonna get it done. Okay, I've got them at 7-10, so it's not like I got a bad record for the Saints there.
I've got the Saints
I've got them at
7-7.
7-10. See, that's gonna be another difference there. I know people that are high on the Saints. I know people that are not as high on the Saints. I do think it boils down to quarterback play. Like I don't diss their defense. They got a couple weapons, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not.
Michael Thomas could be a top 5 receiver if he comes back healthy.
Whoa, golly!
If he comes back healthy, how could he not be?
No, sir. He could come back healthy, and his little slant routes aren't gonna get him top 5 receiver. All right, $10 bet. You want to go?
Well, no, because what if he doesn't come back healthy?
Okay, well that's what we're playing with here. Obviously, like okay, we'll do Michael Thomas top 15 receiver. $10 bet.
10. All right, shake on it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll write it down right here in front of my face too.
Dude,
Michael Thomas top 15
if healthy. The deal is void if he has a season-ending injury before week 12.
Season ending before week 12. Okay, well, what if he comes out week 1? What if he doesn't play week 1?
Well, I mean, if he plays week 2 through 12, that's
okay.
Different.
So you're good. You're good if he misses week 1.
I mean, yeah, if he misses a game, that's different. But I'm talking about like season ending, like
before week 12.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
All right.
I'm good with that. That's a good baseline. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's $10 right there. Write that down. Can't wait to get that money. All right. I just think that, Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield, Jameis is going to lean on that. Chris Olave, you don't trade up like they did to get Chris Olave if you don't think you need Chris Olave. And I know CJ, if CJ was on here, he'd be all about some Chris Olave.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
I mean,
Jarvis Landry's going to take Jarvis Landry's going to take a little bit of attention away from him too. I want Michael Thomas to come back healthy. I don't want anybody to be injured,
yeah.
but I don't know. It's different. It's not the same without Drew Brees. So
Yeah. I mean, I
I
understand
had,
where you're coming from, but
yeah.
and I hope the Panthers do win, because I am a Panthers fan.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I just think it's going to be a little tighter in the middle there because I've only got them one game apart. I've got the Panthers at 8-9. I think the ceiling for the Panthers is like 10 wins. That's like beautiful, like perfect season. Perfect
yeah,
season for the Panthers, like 10 wins. If the Panthers was to win more than 10 games, then they fooled everybody.
yeah.
I think the Panthers are a year and a couple pieces away from cresting 10 wins. Obviously,
And they need to
I do
keep
think Baker May.
McCaffrey and DJ Moore healthy.
Absolutely. I think they need another number 2 wide receiver. Like they did trade for
Yeah.
Laviska Shenault with the Jaguars. He's never been anything more than a jackknife maybe every now and then, like as a third guy or something. Maybe a guy
Yeah.
you toss an end around to. But Robbie Anderson, for everything Robbie Anderson can do, he's not the answer at number
Mm-hmm.
2 for the Panthers. They need a real tall presence at number 2 for sure. Their offensive line could use a little bit more help. I think it's better than last year. Always could use more help, and their defense just needs to get older. Like their
Yeah.
defense just needs experience because they got a lot of good young pieces. They just got to get a little veteran leadership out there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Shaq Thompson as far as veteran leadership goes, but the secondary is really young.
Yeah. True.
Um, but like I said, I just think it's going to be pinched up in the middle there. Now I do have the Buccaneers as the division champs. I have them at 13
Yeah.
and 4.
I have them at 12-5.
Okay.
So
Now I've heard a lot of people the last like 2 or 3 days saying the Buccaneers weren't going to be as good as they were, and stuff like worried
it's
about the
dude.
offensive line, worried
As,
about this, worried
as
about that.
long as Tom Brady is on the field, his team is gonna be good.
I
It's just,
understand.
it's just how it is.
I've heard some people say that Tom Brady was going to dip this year.
Why?
Because of the offensive line issues. They swear up and down that Tom Brady cannot handle pressure up the middle, and he's already lost his first string center and his backup center, and one of their best offensive linemen from last year left in free agency. So like everybody's kind of worried about the line. But I don't, it's Tom Brady. He's done more with less.
Right.
Like he's got the weapons, he's got the wide receivers. Chris Godwin will be healthy within the first 2 or 3 weeks. That's a
Yeah.
big deal. Leonard Fournette is competent enough to get the job done at running back.
Yeah. Seems
So
stay healthy.
I think a solid line of 12, 5, 13, and 4. I don't see them losing this division at all. That's for sure. And then we'll progress to the NFC West, which I think can be kind of interesting. Now, this is the lowest record that I gave anybody.
What'd you give the Seahawks?
I have them at 2 and 15.
I was generous, I guess, and gave them 4 and 13.
You gave them 4 wins? Who they beating?
I don't know. I was like,
I had them beating the Lions or something out here.
I guess they could sneak out of dub that game.
Okay,
I don't know.
listen, I will take the time just to run through this real quick because this is only one schedule. Okay, Broncos.
They're going to lose that, yeah.
49ers.
Loss.
Falcons.
They might win. They could win.
I gave them a win there.
Okay, they can win that.
Lions.
I doubt it, but
I
maybe.
gave them a loss. Saints.
Yeah. Nah, probably not.
Cardinals.
Nah.
Chargers.
Nah.
Giants.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I think I
could give them one for that.
That might have been their second win that I gave. Buccaneers.
Oh, heck no.
Raiders.
No.
Rams.
No.
Panthers.
Dude, the Seahawks are a team that could beat the Panthers, man. Okay, the Panthers could pull around and lose to them.
49ers.
No, I'm probably not winning that.
Chiefs.
No.
I'll wait. The Jets.
Yeah, they could beat the Jets for sure.
That's 3, and then the Rams.
Nah, they could sneak out one more game. I think 3 is probably what is probably more realistic. So I'll go 3-14 instead of 4-13.
Yeah. I mean, I said 2 because I thought that the Giants would probably beat them actually because I just don't
Yeah.
think they have any kind of defense to
Yeah.
actually like stop anybody.
Right.
And poor old, like, I'm not against Geno Smith, but he is not the answer. I don't see why they didn't take a chance on a rookie quarterback. Like there
Yeah.
was no reason for them not to. Maybe next year. Maybe they got their eyes on a guy this upcoming year. They want to get a first, second, third pick, and they really like a guy that's coming out this next year.
Yeah.
The third place team that I had was the 49ers.
Okay. I had the Cardinals third. What record did you have the 49ers?
I had them pretty low, and we're
Really?
gonna have to have a conversation about it.
God.
I had them at 6-11. I just think that I know your faith in the 49ers that they've done a lot more with a lot less, but it is a young quarterback situation. The Rams are bringing back a lot of the same pieces. The
Okay, I
Cardinals are
have the
bringing back a
Rams
lot of the
first.
same pieces.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I know, but like what I'm saying is, I feel like the Cardinals are bringing out a lot of the
okay.
same
What
pieces. They
record do
they
you
picked
have the
up Marquise
Cardinals at?
Brown, 11-6.
All right, I've got them 2 games back of that.
I mean, I'm really big on Kyler Murray. I mean, I really think that
I like
really
Kyler
think
Murray, but
he got his
I
he got
don't
his
know.
bag too.
Yeah.
I know Hop is out those first 6 weeks, but me and you were talking about Marquise Brown maybe being the number 1 for the Cardinals when the season's
Yeah.
said and done.
Yeah.
I like the weapons they have. I think James Conner's good enough to get it done in the backfield. Um, I could see them if James Conner was to get hurt, I could see them going out and getting a free agent or something because I don't think they really have anybody else that everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the guy I want back there, you know.
Yeah.
The Cardinals don't have a bad defense. They've never had a bad defense. I'm really on board with the Cardinals. Now, as far as the
Yeah.
49ers go, we know what the defense is. We know the defense is going to be good. You hope Debo stays healthy. Last year stayed healthy, looked great. George Kittle, you hope George Kittle can stay healthy for once.
Yeah.
For once in his career. If George Kittle stays healthy, heck, that's a couple game bump in my opinion because there's just too many weapons at that point.
Yeah.
And Trey Lance is going to get it done with his legs too. So
Yeah.
I think I have him at 6-11, but I think it could be a really, really good looking 6-11. They just play a lot of good teams, man. Like the
Yeah.
NFC West has a terrible schedule this year. The NFC West has the hardest schedule, I feel like anybody of any division.
Yeah. I mean, if they did awful, it wouldn't surprise me. But like, they just want. I feel like they just always win. They just find a way. Like I don't know. Like it feels like it's been a while since I've seen them be like really awful.
Yeah. Listen at this stretch of games that the 49ers have to play. This is weeks 7 through something. Chiefs, Rams, Chargers, Cardinals, Saints, Dolphins, Buccaneers.
I think they could very easily win 4 of those games.
4? Which ones? Okay, Chiefs.
Maybe they could.
Really? I thought we were big on the Chiefs yesterday.
Well, I am big on the Chiefs, but there's still a chance they could lose because their defense is worse, and they don't have they lost Tyreek Hill.
I could see him having a chance to win. I could see him having a chance to win 2 of these games. The Cardinals and the Saints.
I don't see they're not Saints.
They're not beating the Rams. They're not beating the Chargers. No. I guess you think they might have a chance to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I would think they could. They could.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Dolphins.
I am too, dude. I've never seen the Dolphins be good.
Buccaneers, obviously, I don't think we think they're going to beat the Buccaneers. But then after that, they do have two cupcake games in the Seahawks, and I hate to say it, sorry for us, the Commanders. I don't think anybody's sweating the Commanders this year.
Yeah, not really.
But I could see it being a little tighter. Maybe Arizona goes down 10-7, maybe like an 8-9 for the 49ers, just because we do know some of the proven things for the team.
Yeah.
Now the Rams, I didn't have the Rams with as high of a record as I wanted to, but I feel like I said, I feel like the NFC West has a hard schedule. What did you have the Rams at?
I had the Rams at 12-5.
I had them at 12-5. Okay. And I felt kind of bad about that. That's 2 games back of where we had the Bengals. I mean, no, not the Bengals. Crap, the Bills. And that's a game back of where I had the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I had
really.
I had the Chargers at 13-4, and I had the Bills at 14-3, and then the Rams and Bengals are 12-5, and those are my top teams. And then I had the Chiefs at 12-5.
I
But
had a lot of 12-5s. I have the Bills at 14-3, the Buccaneers at 13-4, and then I had the Rams, Vikings, Chargers, Bengals at 12-5. The only one that I worry about, I guess, out of those 12-5s is probably the Vikings.
yeah, I would worry about the Vikings the most out of that, probably.
Yeah. What is an NFC team with less than 10 wins on your sheet, less than 10, so it has to be
Mhm.
9 or less, that you think can make a miracle run?
Um, Probably the Vikings, to be honest with you, just because of the
Okay,
pieces.
I got you. I got you. If I was going to go 9 or less, I'm not even going to choose the Panthers. I'm going to say the Saints because
Yeah, see, I
I
had the
really,
Saints at 10-7.
yeah, I had them at 7-10. So, like, I do think the Saints always have a pretty good defense. They always have a pretty good defense. They do have the weapons to make it happen. If
Yeah.
Jameis Winston can come out there and be a pretty good quarterback, just a pretty good quarterback, he's got to play the Jimmy Garoppolo role for the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just got to facilitate. You just got to not lose the game, Jim, out there, Jameis. Okay, just don't lose the game. And then I think that could be a team that would make a run.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna say, hmm, I'm gonna say, crap. Who do you think's winning the NFC this year? Because we put the Bills on top of the AFC.
Um,
NFC, like,
I'm probably gonna say Buccaneers.
that's probably who I'm going with.
Buccaneers or Rams.
Yeah, I
If the
mean,
Rams are sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting
no,
you
no,
off.
you're good. You're
If
good.
the
Go ahead.
Rams are fully healthy, I think they probably win against the Buccaneers. I know Tom Brady. It's hard to bet against him, but in a playoff game. But if they play each other at full strength on both sides, I think the Rams are better. I think the
Yeah.
Rams are.
I think we might see more of a rushing attack this year out of the Rams, seeing as both of their running backs are actually healthy at the same time. I think we'll see a little bit more of an uptick in rushing. I actually saw
Yeah,
a
but
statement the other day from.
I think Cup is still going to get crazy
Oh,
targets.
for sure.
Yeah, I just think
Um,
it'd be crazy not to limit his targets anymore.
I did see from an insider with the team the other day that they really do believe that the Matthew Stafford elbow thing might be a problem. Like he legitimately might actually have a serious problem that hinders his like he might have a basically like a pitch count on a game to game basis.
Dude,
Like I can't remember where I saw that, but I know for a fact that I saw that, and it wasn't from like just some kind of. It wasn't like Reddit. I didn't go to Reddit and look at it, but uh, but no, for sure I saw that somewhere, and if I can find it real quick before we get done talking, I will. So I mean, I think we're both on board with Buccaneers versus Bills.
yeah, I think it's probably like favorites in my opinion are Bills, Bengals, Chargers to go from the AFC, and then probably Buccaneers and Rams are my only two real favorites from the NFC to go.
Yeah.
And the one I think I guess I'm more hoping for would be I guess I'm really hoping for Panthers Bengals because that's just a win-win
Oh, well,
for me.
obviously,
Yeah, that's just a
obviously.
win-win for me. But
I don't know. I
I
just,
mean,
we're looking forward to it.
yeah,
I
for
know
sure.
tomorrow we're coming out with a Rams Bills preview for everybody.
Is
So Thursday before the game, you will have a Rams Bills preview. We will talk about positional breakdown. We'll give you a final score prediction, and we'll give you a fantasy sleeper on both sides, just in
yep.
case you need to make a last second decision on Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Triple Play Podcast. Nick, tell them what they need to do.
I gotta like and subscribe. There should be a video under Colby, and there should be an option to subscribe right below me. All
Yep,
right.
give us a view, put us on in the background while you're driving around. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Thank y'all.